All you need is source. Plug in, clock in. You know what I'm learning today? Don't force your creation. Don't force it. If you feel like, it's trying to come through, the idea is trying to come through, the art is trying to come through, the project is trying to come through, and you sit down and you try to do it and you feel like, oh my gosh, I just lost it. I don't know. I don't feel it. I just don't know. I would say try to work it out. Try to work through that discomfort. And if you feel like you're not getting anywhere, just stop. Rest. And maybe the message just isn't done downloading. Maybe it's not done downloading yet. And right now, I'm just seeing the image of this notification I get all the time on my laptop, my MacBook. And it's like, software update available, software update available. I'm like, girl, how many updates you got? Every time I turn this computer, you got to update. So whenever you log into your computer and there's a software update available, it'll say, make sure that you have enough battery source or make sure that your laptop is plugged in to receive this software update. And sometimes technology does a really good job at replicating consciousness, at replicating your nervous system, because what I'm hearing today is that the message isn't ready yet because you're not charged. That idea, that creation, that business is not ready yet, and you can't receive it because you're not charged. You're not plugged in with source. You don't have at least 80% in your battery going. You haven't been doing the work on yourself to receive this software update. That's why you feel like every time you do it, you get a glitch. You keep freezing up. You can't do it. You have a nervous breakdown because you're not pouring into yourself. You're not recharging yourself in order to receive this software update. And when I'm getting this message now, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of artists, people who are doing paintings or portraits or even musicians. And you feel like, you have this song in your head or you have this image in your head, you have this picture in your head. And when you get to this thing, when you get to your canvas, when you get to the studio, when you get to these places, when you get to your phone to record content, it's just like all of a sudden it just leaves you. And what I'm seeing is that sometimes it's just not ready yet because you're not plugged in. So when you learn how to plug in to the source inside of you, to the God inside of you, to the universe inside of you, to co-create alongside this source, that's when you are tuned in, tapped in, plugged in, turned on. That's when you can receive this software update. That's when you can receive these ideas. That's when you can receive these creations. That's when you can paint that picture. That's when you can record that content. That's when you can open that business. When you finally tap into the source inside of you. When you plug yourself in with the source inside of you. When you start to co-create with source, that's when the ideas and the software, that's when you can receive it. That's when you can update. You can update your DNA. You can ascend then, but you have to be plugged in with source first. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you're delayed. You're not denied just yet, but you are delayed. And you're going to keep being delayed until you connect and co-create with the source inside of you. Okay? You need somebody with you. And a lot of times people think that, well, I'm doing this alone. I'm all alone in this world. I'm all alone. Ain't nobody help me. You have the most powerful source helping you. Source is your business partner. Source energy is your assistant. God is your business partner. And I'm going to use God and source interchangeably here. Same thing. God, source, universe. You're going to hear me say all these things, but it means the same thing for me. Sometimes you have to realize that that's my power. That's where the power is, because that's where the magic is. Because I am co-creating with this thing in the unseen that's inside of me. I am co-creating with this thing in the unseen that is inside of me. You have to keep saying that sometimes. I am co-creating with this thing in the unseen that's inside of me. And if I don't learn that it is inside of me, then I'll always feel drained. I'll always feel depleted. I would never receive this software update because my battery is always going to be low. But the ultimate charge, the ultimate power is realizing that you are the one that's powerful and it's been inside of you the whole time. You don't need nobody. Why you need somebody when God is inside of you? Why are you saying you need them to support you in order to open a business? Why? God is your business partner. God is your marketing. That signal that's being put out right now by source, once you get on that level, once you get on that station, once you broadcast on that level, do you know how powerful that frequency is? Do you know how many people, source, energy, the universe can send that frequency out? That's your marketing. Source is your marketing. Your frequency is your marketing because you're constantly putting out this energy to the universe and saying, I'm available. I'm available for this. I'm available for that. You don't have to run the ads on the TV multiple times because you know that I'm putting out this frequency. So I just have to be seen. I just have to show up. I just have to start doing things. But in order to do things, in order to have this energy to keep showing up, then I need to co-create with Source. I need to recognize that Source is inside of me. God is inside of me. And once I do that, I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Can't stop me. They can't stop me. I'm on one. They can't stop it. So the reason why you can't start that project is because you're not plugged in. And you keep looking at everybody saying, well, how did this person get this idea and then that idea and then another idea? You know what? Perfect example is Tabitha Brown. It's very clear, it's very obvious that Tabitha Brown has realized that she is co-creating with something that's bigger than her. She is co-creating with something that's in the unseen realm. She is co-creating with the source energy, with the God energy inside of her. And so what you're seeing right now is her opening multiple businesses, something that she didn't do before. Whenever she was, pretending and performing for the world and trying to be this person that she thought that the world wanted her to be, it was really hard to start things and get things off the ground because she wasn't really connected to the source inside of her because she was afraid of it. But once you acknowledge it, once you accept it, and once you say, you know what, this thing is so powerful, we're going to be business partners. We're going to be business partners. We're going to be the best business partners in the world. And once she realized that, that's when she began to start one business, then transition to another business, then another one, then another one, then another one, then another one. You know why? Because finally, she said, I'm going to just plug in. I'm going to just plug in. I'm going to just plug in. That's it. I'm just going to plug in with God. I'm just going to plug in with Source. And once I get that energy, now I can receive all these software updates. Now I can receive this download and say, oh, maybe I should start a perfume company. Now I can receive this update and say, oh, maybe I can put my products in this big store and have all these projects roll out over time. I can get a candle line. I can have utensils and pots and pans and all these things. I can have a vegan food line. I can have all these things because I'm getting it straight from the source. I'm getting it straight from the source because I understand that the source is inside of me. I just got to plug in. So that's why when you watch movies like Michael and you hear these stories on how Michael Jackson was able to create all this high vibrational music, it's because he was open and available and he was co-creating with source and he was able to receive all the ideas and the inspiration because he knew that it wasn't just him operating by himself. He was never alone. He was co-creating with source. So he was able to get all these bright, brilliant ideas of these songs and what to do and these beats and instrumentals. And he was able to do that through just receiving and understanding that, oh, it's something bigger than me working in my behalf. So let's just go with it. So you'll see this happen all the time. And people like Tabitha Brown and Michael Jackson, how they understand that finally, I am one with God. And I'm going to allow God to connect me so that I can receive all these updates because that's what Michael Jackson did. He received all the software updates, understanding that he was in connection with source, with God energy. Same as Tabitha Brown. They talk about their spirituality all the time, but I don't think that we understand just how deep this thing goes because we were all sitting here to create. We were all sitting here to co-create with God, to co-create with source, because we are just made in the image of the creator. So we are made in the image of the creator, then of course we are put here to create. And the only way to create is if we understand that God, the creator, is also inside of us, experiencing this reality through us, experiencing the creations through us, giving us the downloads, giving us the ideas, giving us the creations, giving us these updates so that we can create God's creations. And once we follow that inkling, once we follow that urge, once we follow our gut and our intuition and act on these updates that we receive, then that's when we get blessed. Because God said, okay, well, you listened to me. Okay, you did that thing that I wanted you to do. You co creating with me. Let's do it again. In order to do it again, you need money. 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 So let me give you some money, baby. Because that thing that I wanted you to create, I wanted you to create that for a reason. Because, of course, the collective needed it, but you needed it too. And also, it's going to bring you more abundance in your life. That's why I'm giving you this idea anyway. But first, you got to plug in with me. You gotta plug in because you keep doing it by yourself. That's why you broke. You gotta plug in, baby. Understand that I'm right here. I'm near. You don't need Joe and Johnny and Bobby and Sue from third grade to support you. All you need is source. Plug in. Clock in. They keep saying clock in. Clock it. No, plug in. Plug in. Okay? Plug it in. Plug it in with source. And then you begin to win. And when you start winning, understanding that this was the only thing that I needed anyway to keep me going, to keep me energized, to keep me disciplined, to keep me consistent, to keep me filled with this energy that I need in this game, then you'll say, oh, baby, it's on. It's on like popcorn now. Oh, it's on. They should have never told me that. They should have never told me that you was inside of me. They should have never did that right there. No, they should have never did that because now you woke up the beast inside of me. Welcome. Welcome, you woke up the beast inside of me. Now I understand that I'm magical. Now I understand that I am powerful. Now that I understand that I am source. You done messed up now, didn't you? So don't mess up. Don't mess up thinking that you are in this game by yourself. Don't mess up by thinking that you need people who are not familiar with this thing inside of you to understand what you're doing. Don't mess up by thinking that you have to receive your energy and your power from taking advantage of other people. Don't mess up by doing that. Clean up your mess by understanding that the only thing you need to do is plug in with the source inside of you. So are you ready to plug in today? Or are you just going to wait? You just going to wait and be weak? Or are you going to be powerful with me? So I hope that something that I said here today helped you and it resonated with you and you could begin to take your power back and understand that you are powerful. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.